Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique War Games Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What is the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is a painting video, but the models or models in question are voted on by you guys from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A. I show you guys a host of models and you guys vote on it. Whoever wins the vote gets painted up in Monday's painting video. So for all my regulars here, guys, I would love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so you would have seen from the thumbnail, the Chaos Sorcerer with the Mark of Nurgle won the vote. It's a fantastic old model. Now, the tentacles on here, they're not meant to be on there. I converted him on there because I couldn't find his weapon, because he's in the lead model. So the arms already come on, and all you do is glue the gun into the arm. So I couldn't find the gun, so I said, right, I converted it to have this. Now, this is a fantastic model because I can use it in the Chaos Space Marine Army as Sorcerer Michael Nurgle, or when I eventually get a Death Guard army put together, I could use it as a Maleficent Plague Caster. So it's a nice option for either side. We run through the wet palette quickly. Got some Death Guard green, of course. I've got some Retributor armor. I've got some Moot green there. I've got some Youthful grey and some Lead Belcher. And there could be a few colours that get added to it as I go through, but for now, that's what I'm going with. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take some Youthful grey. I'm going to paint all of these tentacles with Youthful grey. Nice thin coat. Again, I'm not going to do all this on camera. I'm just going to do a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. One trick when you're painting something circular like this, don't come down. Go do like this. When you come to the top, you do the same thing again. Just gives you a nice cover. So I'm going to have Cameron do the rest of that. So there we are. I also realised he has robes on the bottom of his legs, so I said, let me just do some white, some Youthful grey across those as well, so I can do some other work with those afterwards. Now I'm going to come with some Death Guard green. I'm going to pick out all of the armour panels and anything that I want to have the greeny colour. It's going to be a lot of paint in the backside process. I'm going to crack on with the rest of that. I'm going to come back to you again afterwards. Now I haven't gone too crazy on it. It's just an initial first coat. So what I'm going to do now is going to come with some Lead Belcher. I'm going to pick out all of the silver on him. Just going to use his force weapon, piping. So piping on the back here. Some bits and pieces on the front, some piping on the front here, around his face. And I'll pick all that out. I'm going to come back to you again. Right, so I've done some silver onto him. So now I'm going to come in with some Retributor armor. Again, this is a little fiddly piece, some little fiddly pieces here to do. I'm going to get all of this shoulder pad with that. I'm going to get the trim of this, and the bottom half of it is a skull, so I'm going to get that. It's got a few little dangly bits down in front of him here, which I'm going to get. Is everything as much on the back there? No. So I'm going to pick those out, and then I'm going to come back to you. It's a very simple model to paint actually. Right, I've got some Rhinox hide on the wet palette now. I've got a gun holster here that I'm going to pick out. And he's wearing a glove. So I'm going to pick those two bits out. Now I could have done the glove as a piece of armour, just Death Guard green, but I thought to myself, if I do it with the iron oxide, what's going to happen is that's going to make that pop off from the rest of the model, which is going to make that stand out even more. And it's still like a browny Nurgle-esque colour. So there we have him so far. So now I'm going to come in with some contrast paint. So now I'm going to come with some Skeleton Horde. Some people say to me, "What the hell are you bringing Skeleton Horde on here for?" It's going to be a little bit of a crazy thing. So I'm going to paint all of the robes with Skeleton Horde. Then normally I would come in and do some, you know, white scars or something like that on top of the Youth and Grey before I put contrast paint on. But because I want him to look dirty and, you know, just rotten basically, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to apply this contrast paint. I'm going to come back to you when it's done. Next I'm going to come in with some Plague Bearer Flesh contrast paint. Most of you would have realised where this is going now. Look at the robes. They're still wet, but they look lovely. Right, so I'm going to slap this on the tentacles. And this is one of those colours that go on. Looks really weird, but as it dries off, it looks absolutely fantastic. With very minimal effort. Now I know I said to you at the beginning about painting, you know, circular things to do it round. With contrast paint, it just flows nicely onto it, so you don't need to worry about that too much. So I'm going to go camera and let it dry for a little bit. Right, so it's not fully dry yet, but it's almost there. The robes look nice and dirty and horrible. Now, so for all intents and purposes, this guy's battle ready. So what we do now, for everyone that's new, is I take it beyond battle ready standard. And this could be a dry brush, this could be an edge highlight, this could be a wash, it could be a dry paint, it could be a combination of everything. But what I'm going to do, there's only one thing I think this really needs. I'm going to water down some Moot Green that's on the wet palette, water it really down. I'm going to come in flap it across these spiky bits. Flap some across the back here. Because I've watered it right down, it looks weird now, but as it dries off, it's going to be really, really prominent and shine through. Get all these little bits that I did. Try and make them stand out a little bit more. Then leave that to dry for a few minutes. So it should only take a few minutes to dry because it's so watered down. And I'll come back and probably give another little coat onto it. Right, so I put some Lothern blue on the wet palette. I'm going to take a little bit of it. I'm just going to flick it along the blade here. So it just stands out a little tiny bit. Because he's armed with a force weapon. My regulars will know I don't really go too crazy on the weapons because I believe that they might take up on the model. I'll just get a little bit on there. I'm just stippling it on now to try and give me a bit of blue, but to make it stand out. Now what I'm going to do is go back to the Moot Green. take some more moot green, but not as watered down this time. I'm going to really just pick out these top pieces. And there we have him in all his disgusting glory. Now, this model is actually very simple to paint. The last couple of weeks, actually, models that I've been voted on, or that have won the dice roll, have been very simple to paint. Obviously, the tentacles are not fully dry yet, but this is what they'll look like when they're dry. Obviously, I've put yellow and then a red on there, but I won't be doing that with the tentacles, but you get the idea. Now, I've been suffering from a cold since last Thursday, so I've been really struggling with getting things done over here. This is the first time I've been over here since Friday, so it's nice to finally get back over here again. So, as always, guys, any thoughts or comments, chuck them below as always. Massive thank you to everyone who voted, because you know it means a lot to me, and I really enjoy when you guys vote for the model that for me to paint. It's a challenge for me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, take it easy, guys.